I am so sick of having this boot on my foot. It's August 3rd. It happened on July 4th, so it's been just about a month. To be fair, I think it took, 2 weeks for me to realize I should probably go to the hospital and get it x-rayed, so I've only been in the boot for 2 weeks. Oh, that sucks. Doctor said 6 to 9 weeks before I get another x-ray. It is fully, knock on wood, it is fully, without a doubt, healing. Part of the reason I got it x-rayed in the first place is because it had been like a week, and then it had been 10 days, then it had been 2 weeks, and it didn't feel like I was making any forward progress. It was still bruising, it was still really sore, it still hurt. I was like, honestly, this might be a little worse than a sprain. I'm gonna go get it checked out. But since immobilizing it in the boot, I 100% feel it healing. Like the pain is diminishing. That's good. That's the silver lining, at least. I know sometimes they will round up. Like if they say 6 to 9 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see. I do need to make sure that I don't push it. If there's one thing I've learned as a skateboarder throughout my life, it's that I get too antsy and I won't let injuries fully heal before getting back on them. Then you re-injure them and you just postpone the recovery. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be smart about it. Oh my god, I almost just fell. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with my brain. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. Oh, sketchy. It looks like that hook has fully bent. Oh wait, am I tripping? Oh, never mind. I'm completely, I thought it was supposed to be one of those carabiners, but I guess it's always just been a hook. Never mind. I think that by now, especially now, like over the past year since moving up here, my content has fully taken a change. It shifted directions, and for the most part, like if you're still here watching this channel, you haven't been weeded out, I guess, because obviously with my change in content, and now not everything's purely skateboarding. It's not actively chasing views, trends, all that. It's a little more laid back, like chill editing or lazy editing, however you want to say it. It's not for everyone. Obviously, and when I first started making that shift, I got a lot of comments being like, "We want the old Garrett. Skate. You're not skating." Now, based on my comments and feedback, like it seems like everyone that is still here wants to be here. That being said, everyone that is still here watching my channel has been here for a little bit at this point, and they've seen, I don't know, like I guess my habits, both good and bad. I always call it my midlife crisis, where I'll make a video titled whatever, and I talk about how I'm getting burnt out, so I'm not going to chase views anymore. I'm going to upload on my own schedule and not worry. Like, I've made this same video 7 times at this point. To my defense, I will say that I'm self-aware of it, and it drives me crazy. I'm trying to think of how deep I really want to make this. Bit of a hypocrite here, because I've always been super open about advocating for, you know, mental health and mental well-being and all of that, but at the same time, I've never gone and got like a psych eval to get diagnosed with ADHD or OCD or anything. I'm sure I have, I mean, I don't want to self-diagnose. I know that pisses some people off, but like I'm sure I have ADHD or something like that. And I'm sure it's apparent in my videos and my content as well, and I've learned more about it just, you know, scavenging the internet, self-diagnosing myself. I think it's the reason that I've got to where I am today. I'm super stubborn, but one of my biggest habits that's probably super apparent in my videos is two things, both of which I've learned are pretty stereotypical ADHD tendencies. I constantly obsess over new hobbies. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to go play golf with the homies this weekend. It's like, oh, I played golf for the first time. Let me go spend all of my savings on golf clubs and golf this and golf that, golf gear. I need a golf cart. I go like fully tunnel visioned in. Golf is my life now. Golf is not my life now. I haven't unlocked that hobby yet. I'm sure it's coming soon. You know, it's happened with RC drift cars a couple years ago. I'm actually getting back into that now that I can't skate. Metalwork and fabrication. That was one of these weird spontaneous things in my brain that was like, I'm doing this now. I'm going all in. And that one actually worked out. That's been a very good and fun hobby for me. Mountain biking, dirt boarding, fishing. Like, I've gone through these hobbies, and I'll get hyper fixated on them for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes even longer, and then it just fizzles out, and then it's on to the next. I think it's a pretty common thing that people do. Like a lot of my homies are that way as well. It's just funny that because I make social media videos for a living, it's all documented. So I'll look back on my videos and be like, damn, that's when I was hyperfixated on this. That's when, you know what I mean? Kind of where I'm going with this. That's like the funny, lighthearted part of it. But where it actually starts affecting my life and my career is in my content. It drives me absolutely crazy, and I'm so self-aware of it, but for some reason I can't help it. Like, I can't do anything about it. It just, I don't know. I start things, I fully commit to things, and then I don't see results in like 4 days, so I give up. I'm not gonna name names, but I think it's I don't know if it's a skateboarding thing or like a YouTuber thing, but like there are friends of mine that I can see it from the third person. They do the same shit. It's like, I don't know why. I was talking to Dale yesterday, actually. Good homie of mine. We'll share our midlife crises that we're feeling together of not knowing what we're doing with our lives. Oh God, see, I'm already about to start going on a tangent. Anyway, I'm going to use the word successful here very loosely because my definition of success has changed a lot since getting older, I guess. Before, success to me meant like money. The more money you have, the more successful you are, and I do not think that now at all. Now I think it's happiness and freedom. That's my definition of successful. But let's revert back to the first definition of money, financial success. I don't make much money from YouTube. I mean, you can see my views. Like my channel's at an all-time low. Luckily, I made some good investments, and I also lowered my cost of living by moving out here. So it's somewhat. I'm still living above my means. Actually, I'm constantly dipping into savings. But I've thought to myself, like, all I would have had to do to be successful, and again, I'm putting that in quotes because we're talking about financial success right now, all I would have had to do is nothing. And I'm talking like from 2017. I went through so many different phases since then where I switched up my content too many times. I wanted to do what felt right to me, and I wanted to please myself, and which I don't regret at all. Like I that kind of goes back to my new definition of success, which is happiness. But and obviously you have to evolve a little bit, but if I never switched up my content and I was still, at pure 100% skate YouTuber, chasing views, chasing trends. Obviously skateboarding has ebbs and flows and ups and downs. I do think it's on a downtrend now. But I think I could have had a pretty healthy financial career if I didn't, switch up my content. Why did I tell you that? Where was I going with that? I'll think about it every now and then, and I'll get kind of bummed out, because it's like, while I am very lucky and privileged to have been smart with my money when I was making good money, and I have pretty decent savings, I don't have nowhere, like, near enough to retire or anything. Sometimes it's like I'm pulling money out of my savings to pay for bills, or to pay for another new hobby that I shouldn't be pulling money out to pay for. I'll think to myself, like, damn, if only I didn't care about my mental well-being, and I was still, still averaging 50 to 100,000 views a video, like, I wouldn't have to worry about any of this. And then I quickly do snap back into reality, and I think of how unhappy I was then, and I don't regret it at all. What does frustrate me, and what I need to work on, I don't really know how, and maybe by like vocalizing this and making a video out of it, it'll help somehow. I don't know. I'm using you guys as therapy, alright? I've tried to like fill that void by starting a million different projects and a million different channels and hoping not even hoping, like expecting one of them to take off. And they never do, obviously. Like, it took me, 3.5, 4 years before I ever saw a single cent from YouTube, before I saw any flicker of YouTube success. I was doing it for almost 4 years, like, completely for the love of the game, no money or anything. You couldn't even get monetized on YouTube when I started. So then it's like, I'll start these new channels and I won't see success in 3 days and I quit. And it's like, what, duh. I was talking to this is where I was going with it. I was talking to Dale yesterday. I've started Ginner's Garage, Garrett Ginner, my main channel, Garrett Ginner Gaming, Garrett Ginner 2, Garrett Ginner Vlogs, GGFB Fabrication. There's 2 channels in there that I started not public. Like, I kept them to myself, hoping to grow them organically, so I'm not even going to mention them. Falcon Files, I forgot about that one. That I've all just left. Okay, not all, actually. Not at all. But I didn't see the results that I wanted, and I just let them kind of drizzle out. That's not the right word, but I'm so confident that I could have been successful on any one of those channels had I just followed through. Because obviously it's not going to happen overnight, but I just can't follow through because my stupid brain gets discouraged when I don't see instant gratification, and I just fail. Like, I move on and I try the next thing, and then it's like I'm left with these feelings of, like, I'm going to make up a syndrome here. Boy who cried wolf syndrome. Now I feel like if I start something new, or and then it's not even just channels. Do you guys remember Project 365? I lasted, 14 days in that or something. I'm sure they're like throughout the 13 years I've been doing YouTube, I'm sure there's probably honestly hundreds of empty promises I've made where it's like, I'm gonna post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then 2 weeks later I'm not seeing results. I'm gonna post daily. 2 weeks later I'm not seeing results. I'm not even gonna tell you when I'm posting because I don't care. And it's like, and I fully 100% mean all those things when I say them, and I have full intentions of following through, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, and a switch flips in my brain, and I just can't do it. Like, my body won't let me. Another annoying thing about my brain is that, this video will be a perfect example of it. And full transparency, this video might not stay public for that long. How do I even word it? I don't even know what it's called, but, I don't like looking at me when I'm not the same as who I am in the present. That does not make sense. But I've mentioned a million times how I hate watching my old videos. They're beyond cringy to me. I don't even like what I look like. I don't like what I'm talking about. I don't like the way I sound. It's just a weird fucking I don't know, insecure. I don't even know what's going on. I just really don't like watching my old content. But the problem with that is, at the time, I thought it was good content. I enjoyed making the videos and whatnot. And then I noticed even more it happening recently, where it's like, I'll make a video talking like this, where to me it feels like I'm me. It feels authentic, it feels genuine, but then 3 weeks later, I go back and watch that video, I'm like, oh, I gotta delete that video, that's not who I am now. It's some weird fucking imposter syndrome or something. And even behind the scenes, I think I have 1,300 videos on YouTube. I'll just go through these weird phases where I'll just private 500 of them, and then but then I'm like, you know what, I actually do want those public, because that's who I was. We need to show growth and evolution, so I'll unprivate them. And it's this constant battle in my head of it's so important in my brain, but in the grand scheme of things, literally, it does not matter. No one on this planet, sure, one or two people are gonna care about any of that. I should have wrote a script for this, because I even know, when I'm editing this video, I'm gonna be like, dude, I missed half of what I was trying to talk about. That's my brain. That's my brain being my brain. I don't really know. I don't know what the point of this video is. I kind of just wanted to get a video up because it's been a while, but I can't skate, so it's all I know what to do on this channel is skate. But then I go through phases where it's well, I'm not going to skate on this channel anymore. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And then I don't do that because I don't see the views that I want, even though I say I don't care about views, because I didn't care about views at the time, but then all of a sudden I care about views. Know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I think I tell myself that, I try so hard to convince myself of things, and I mean it at the time, but then, that changes or something. I don't know. It's a midlife crisis. Quarter life. Hopefully a quarter life crisis, a little over a quarter life crisis. Who knows how long I'll live. And then don't even get me started on that, where it's I always tell myself, none of this little shit matters. No one cares if a video from 2015 that has 7,000 views is private or public, but for some reason I obsess over it, and it'll keep me up at night if it's not private. And then I'll private it, I'll be well, what if someone wants to watch that? I have to make it public. And then I tell myself, dude, we are all gonna die. I've said this before, we're all gonna die and nothing matters, which to me is very comforting. Taylor doesn't like it at all. She thinks it's all sad and negative. But to me, it just helps me try to care less. It's I'm gonna die, and I'm sure I will live a little bit longer because I have content of myself publicly available. So sure, some people will watch my content after I'm dead, but then eventually all those people will die that have watched my content, and then eventually in the end, no one will know who I am or who I was, or I will be completely insignificant. I already am insignificant on the face of this earth, you know what I mean? That helps me care less. Once I'm dead, no one's gonna care if that video from 2015 is private or not. That's where I'm getting at with that. I almost started a 17th channel for videos like this, where I just sit and talk all day. Or not all day, but for an hour or whatever. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to, because I know that I'll post 2 videos on that channel, and then I won't see the success that I want, because who really fucking cares what I have to say? And then it'll just be another channel that I neglected, So, I'm posting it here on my main channel. I think what I really need to work on, which I just don't know how. Like maybe actual therapy couldn't hurt. like maybe instead of talking to strangers on the internet through a YouTube video, maybe I should seek like professional help. But I care too much what people think, and I always have. At first, I didn't know that that's why I was doing the things that I was doing, but since, like, over the past couple of years, I've realized that it's because I care too much about what people think about me. Like, I'm very susceptible to hate comments, which you'd think since doing this since 2012, they wouldn't affect me. Like, I'll talk to homies about it, and they couldn't care less what people comment about them. But I've always been, like, super sensitive to it. I don't know why. Because of that, like, over-sensitivity to what people think about me and judgment and whatnot, it leaves me in this, like, constant state of uncertainty, I guess. Because if I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, if I'm comfortable and happy with myself, I don't think I would give a fuck what anyone else thought or said about me. But it's like when I'm doing something, I'm like, like, is this the right thing to do? Is this what makes me happy? And then I see comments, they're like, this is stupid, you're dumb. Then I'm like, oh, wait, fuck, they're right, I'm stupid and this is dumb. Obviously, that's like a half lighthearted joke, but, like, I think that is what's going on in my head. And I don't know how to be, like, genuinely happy with myself. It sounds so depressing, especially, like, where I am, the life I get to live. Like, how am I not fucking happy with myself? And I also don't think I'm depressed. Like, I have been depressed in the past, but I'm not depressed by any means. But I don't know if I'm, like, genuinely happy. Like, I feel almost lost, because, like, it's the balance between, even though I have lowered my cost of living by making the life choices that I've made, like getting out of LA, living out here, that, like, cut my cost of living by in 10 times, you know. It's much cheaper to live the life that I'm living here. And for a while it was like I had a cushion of money from when I sold the house in LA, because I sold it for a profit, and it was like I was able to take a couple months of just, like, literally doing whatever the fuck I want, not focusing on content, not focusing on making money, not focusing on having an income, and just, like, focus on me being happy and mentally healthy, which is hugely important. But after a while, like, reality does set in, where it's like, yes, mental health is so important and needs to be prioritized, but, like, we also do have bills, and I don't have enough money to retire and just, like, not make any money ever again for the rest of my life. Like, no, not even remotely. It's like me and Taylor's next step is, like, marriage and children and, like, a family, but neither one of us feel financially stable enough to start that yet. And, like, all of a sudden, I'm not 22 anymore, I'm 27, and, like, we're going to our friends' weddings and baby showers, and, like, that is the next step in our life, is to, like, grow up. And I'm still here making, like, YouTube videos, making, you know, $800 a month on my YouTube channel. That's not enough to fucking sustain a family, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing with this video. Why am I even telling you this? Why am I talking about this publicly? Because that's just my brain. That's what I want to do currently, so I'm doing it. And then in a week, when I'm like, damn, I overshared, I shouldn't have said all that publicly, then I'll probably private this video. I don't know. I do think that something will stick. I think that by trying a million different things, both of like style, like forms of content, day-to-day activities, routines, like I'm switching these things up constantly, for better or for worse, something has to stick, right? Like, something has to be like, oh, this is the one. This is what I've been missing. This is giving me that peace, that stability that I've been looking for, but I don't think I can know what that is until it happens, you know? There's a brain dump for you. I guess, you know, end of the day, we'll end this off by saying that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but maybe some of you can find reassurance in that, because, like, we're all doing this whole life thing for the first time. No one really knows what they're doing, right? Some people might be better at faking it. No, but see, then I get all in my head, because I'm sure some people are so happy and content with their lives, they look at this and be like, dude, your fucking life is falling apart. I need to find what I actually enjoy doing every day, and not what I tell myself I enjoy doing every day, but, like, what I genuinely actually enjoy doing every day. And then I also have to find a way to make that make financial sense and make it not become a burden once it turns into a job. I don't understand how people live life, dude. Who knows how to do this? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next video.